Martino. I work for A&W Restaurants. I'm currently the President and Chief Operating Officer. Great to be here today. Well, for starters, in most cases, choosing to be part of a franchise system will be the biggest investment in a franchisee's life. In order for them to be successful, it will require productive two-way communication and a strong initial and ongoing training program. Well, most importantly, people are drawn to a franchise model because of the support and proven systems that franchising provides. It's very important to understand how a brand makes their decisions. Our business, the A&W business, is unique because our franchisees are actually shareholders, so they're true partners in our business. Our franchise executive board meets weekly to discuss marketing initiatives, brand standards, product development, and our full advisory committee meets quarterly. And every decision that we make is collaborative. Our franchise community is very involved in our decision making. It's not always easy, but it really works well for this brand. Well, the biggest challenge in recent memory has been COVID. The past 18 months have been the toughest that I've experienced in my entire career. Well, that being said, as we enter the post-pandemic phase, COVID has reminded me and reminded us that our franchise partners and our restaurant support team are resilient and very creative. And our A&W customers, or fans like we like to call them, are loyal, appreciative, and most of all, it has shown us that our best days are still ahead. We were very fortunate that we had drive-ins and drive-thrus, so we saw record sales in 2020 and the first half of 2021. Again, two-way communication is the key. In the first several months of COVID, here at A&W, we held national webinars 3 days a week, and we allowed our franchise community to ask us tons of questions, whether it be info on PPE loans, COVID operating protocols, and then trying to pivot to what we could do in off-premise sales. And that really helped us navigate our way through this crazy pandemic. Well, running a business is very different than franchising a brand. As a franchisor, your responsibility is to your franchise partners, not just the profitability of your own business. As a franchisor, our top priority, our two number one priorities are helping to grow top-line sales for each one of our franchisees and developing profitable new A&W restaurants. As a franchisor, to be successful, you have to remember you are a brand ambassador and always keep the best interest of your franchise partners top of mind. Your franchisees are the reason why you're in business, and we ask ourselves this question every day: what have you done today to help our franchise partners be more successful? Our number one initiative to grow profitable same-store sales are in every decision we make and every conversation we have with our franchise partners. Well, franchising has been one of the biggest generators of wealth and financial independence in my lifetime. That said, there are many components to consider when deciding if franchising is right for you. For example, what's the total cost of the investment? Are you going to be involved in food or a non-food franchise? Are you going to have an owner-operator model where you work the business day in and day out, or is it a passive investment franchise? You also want to really understand the brand's history. A&W, 102 years now. And you need to get to know the people who work at the brand because they will be supporting you through this long journey. And finally, you need to thoroughly read through your FDD, your franchise disclosure document, and ask lots of questions. Also, talk to other operators in the brand that are already in the brand about their experience with not only the franchisor, but the guest, their consumer. It's very important to understand the success of any brand. Well, I would tell myself to make sure that you never lose sight of who took you to the dance, and that's your franchise partners. You really need to be an active listener and continue to challenge yourself to learn from others, whether it be your franchise partners, whether it be your consumer. Everybody helps you be more successful. We always say we need to listen to the voice of the customer. As a franchisor, you really have two different customers, the guests in our restaurants and our franchise partners. Both have different needs, but both are very important. I think finally, technology and innovation is constantly changing and forcing us to think, rethink, act, and serve differently. I think everyone realizes now that technology was the big winner in 2020 and will continue to be in 2021. And we need to keep an open mind to change and having the ability to adapt, to pivot, and to grow, because that's essential in the sustained and successful growth of your brand.